Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of my Pokemon Battle Series, the School of Hard Knocks. So throughout this episode, like every other, we'll be jumping on to the Pokemon Global Link Battle Spot ladder, playing under the Championship Battle rules, which are the equivalent rule set of the VGC 2017 season. We ended up yesterday's episode with a we had two really good episodes yesterday, playing again with the Double Duck team, having a really good couple of games, and then we finished off yesterday with that QR code series episode. And just a big shout out to Andrea again for suggesting his team when we put out asking for ideas and stuff like that. So it was a massive privilege to play your team, Andrea. Very strong team. We got to play with some of those really nice techs on there, like the Buzzwall, the All Out Pummeling. It was a bit of a shame that we didn't get to feature the Stoutland and the Gigalith combination, but all in all, a very, very solid team, and one I would definitely suggest some of the newer players to go and try out and get a hang of the metagame, because it's a very good team to kind of get you started. It has a lot of good Pokemon choices in there to deal with a lot of big threats within the metagame at the moment. So again, just a big shout out to Andrea, and guys, keep those suggestions coming. Obviously we are making a little list at the minute with QR code ideas for future episodes, so just keep them coming and I will put them down on the list and we'll get round to those eventually. So we're going to kick off today's episode, but I will just mention a few things. So there is the International Challenge, the April International Challenge happening this weekend. You guys at home can try out, can play in it, participate in it if you would like to. There is championship points up for grabs, so it's well worth taking part. And at the end of the day, it's just great practice and great experience to get involved with the tournament on such a big global level. So to enter the tournament, just go and visit the Pokemon Global Link website, log in, follow the link to online tournaments, and then you'll be able to follow the steps there to register for the tournament. On Friday when the tournament starts, because it runs Friday, Saturday and Sunday, you'll go on to like you would be logging on the global link like we're on now, but then you pick online tournaments or online competitions, you lock your battle box, and then you start the tournament. And I think it's about 15 games per day maximum. You don't need to play all of those 15 games per day because they roll over, but you just play as many as you want. And I think there's Mega Stones up for grabs as well. I'm sure Mega Swampert's Mega Stone is up for grabs for just competing in the tournament. So I don't know the restrictions around it, if you've got to play so many battles or not to get that, but it's definitely worth playing. So I will be recording all of my games from the International Challenge. Now I did say earlier in the week that I would be doing that, but I wouldn't be putting them out straight away. Now that is because I will be going on holiday for 2 weeks in May with my girlfriend, so we're going to Mexico for 2 weeks, so I'm not going to be around to do videos or anything like that. But I did think, rather than just kind of stop doing stuff altogether, I'll play in the International Challenge this weekend. I'll keep the team under wraps until then, because it's a very interesting, exciting team, and hopefully I do well in it as well. So it'll be really nice to do well and then feature the videos for the 2 week period that I'm away. I might do some extra content as well, like pre-record some QR code series and things like that, just to keep you guys ticking over until I get back. But subscribe to the channel if you're not already, so you can get all the daily updates for when these things are coming out. We've got a lot of new content coming onto the channel too soon as well. So we've got a week on Monday, we will be starting the Doubles Overused series. So do stick around for that, guys. It's going to be very exciting, and we have all sorts of other content coming up as well. So just subscribe if you're not already. Why not? Yeah, so anyway, rather than drag this on anymore, guys, let's get on the battle spot. You've come to see this Double Duck team that we're playing this week. So we kicked off the week, I made it the weekend, and we started using it on Tuesday. Had a really good day Tuesday, and yesterday we had a really good day. So hopefully we can kind of continue that on today, and hopefully I'm not jinxing it. Let's go with Island Kahuna music. It's one of my favourite ones. So yeah, we've got the Pelipper, the Golduck, the Alolan, Marowak, the Salamence, the Metagross, and the Parasect. So we have really two mods to the team. We've got that Double Duck Rain core, and then the other core is that Salamence Metagross. But we'll get into that in a minute, because we have our first opponent of the day, and they are running a team of Cortana, Nihilego, Arcanine, Tapu Fini, Gigalith, and Porygon2. So how are we going to lead off with this? Like, Metagross is like really good here if we can support it with the rain as well. We do need to be a bit careful of that that Arcanine with those fire type attacks. But other than that, Metagross does a pretty good job against most things on the team. As long as that Kartana doesn't have Night Slash, then we should be alright. So what are we going to do? Salamence is like really nice here as well, but then I could lead Double Duck, couldn't I? But then there's always a threat. The thing is, if I lead Double Duck, then the Gigalith switch in is very easy for my opponent. You could just lead the Porygon2, keep the Gigalith in the back, switch that in to get rid of the rain. So it's probably not the best idea to do that. I am going to lead off with my Metagross and Salamence. Now what do I want to bring? I'm going to need... I don't know if I want to lead with my Metagross actually. Let's think. Quick. So Metagross might be something nice to just bring in on the switch. Let's think. What are we going to go for? Let's go Pelipper, Metagross, and let's bring the Marowak as well. And go with those 4. The reason I don't want to lead the Metagross is because if I lead the Metagross, then I've got to rely, if I need to switch it out, if the Arcanine does come in as a lead and I need to switch it out, then I have to start worrying about what I've got to switch in for potential power gems from that Nihilego. And as long as I've got the Metagross in the back, it's a nice switch in for anything that Nihilego will start firing out at me. So that was kind of primarily the reason. So we do see the Nihilego lead with the Tapu Fini. So we will get the Intimidate off, but it's not really going to affect either the Tapu Fini or the Nihilego because they are primarily special type attackers. We will get the rain up, and that is going to boost the Tapu Fini, so that's not ideal for ourselves, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Because we can potentially set up a Tailwind here if we need to, which I'm really actually quite tempted to do. So I think I'm going to just withdraw my Salamence into my Metagross, because I can imagine probably 2 stab attacks coming out from that side of the field, and I am going to go for a Tailwind here while I've got the opportunity to with the Pelipper. So we'll take that Salamence out, bring the Metagross in, see a Power Gem come out from the Nihilego. It is into the Pelipper. It will take me down to a Sash. Hopefully we outspeed that Tapu Fini though. That's the big thing here. So we get the Tailwind off. Most important thing. And we see a Moonblast. Yeah, doubling into the Pelipper. So that's fine. That is fine. I'm totally fine with that. So we will bring our Salamence back in now, because we can go for that nice Bulldoze Earthquake combination. And get rid of that Nihilego. And do some good damage to that Tapu Fini as well. And because we are in a Tailwind as well, it is going to be a lot easier for us to kind of operate now. So I will just go for that Bulldoze and the Earthquake. I don't think we'll take down the Tapu Fini, but we'll do some good damage to it. We should be doing about 50% damage to it at least, and putting it in range to kill the next turn. So we see that Nihilego withdraw, see the Arcanine come in, so that's fine. That's doing us a favour because it's lowering the attack power of the Bulldoze from our Salamence, so we'll be taking less damage on a Metagross, so that's ideal. And we should be KOing the Arcanine now with our Metagross. So there we go, there's the Bulldoze. We'll lower the speed on the Fini and the Arcanine, and we activate our trap card, our weakness policy. So we get this Earthquake off, and we'll see how much damage this does. It's more about what it really does to the Tapu Fini at this point, because we should be taking the Arcanine down. Yeah, so yeah, 50% to that Fini. We're not proccing a berry, which is really important as well. And let's see what it goes for. Goes for a Heal Pulse, but it fails. So that's great. That's perfect. So, is that Nihilego going to come back in now? Or I wonder if it'll be the Kartana. I wonder if my opponent's bought it. It's a Gigalith. Alright. So, we're probably going to see a Wide Guard here. Do you see the Sandstorm go up? Now, I'm going to go for a Meteor Mash onto the Tapu Fini, just in case we do see a Wide Guard. And I'm going to go for a Hydro Pump as well into the Gigalith, just to get some damage off onto it. So we'll see what my opponent goes for, if he does reveal the Wide Guard. But that would be my instinct here, that Gigalith does carry Wide Guard. Because otherwise, I guess you're bringing in the Nihilego at this point, so he might not have Wide Guard. That's the other thing. So we don't see a Wide Guard come out. We do hit a Hydro Pump. It does decent enough damage. Doing 50% to that Gigalith is great. And the Meteor Mash, we do hit. And this should pick up the KO onto that Tapu Fini, which is ideal. And a Rock Slide just coming out from that Gigalith, doing huge damage to the Salamence. My opponent down to his last two Pokemon, so it is that Nihilego. Now, what I'm going to do here is, because I can probably see this Nihilego protecting here, because this is the last turn of Tailwind, so I'm going to go for a Rock Polish here. And I'm going to go for another Hydro Pump into the Gigalith. Because if that Nihilego protects here, it gives us a chance to get that speed boost, so we'll be outspeeding it next turn, and then we can get another Earthquake off. And my opponent hasn't revealed the Wide Guard yet. So we do get the Hydro Pump off again. This should pick up the KO onto this Gigalith, which it does. But no protect from that Nihilego, which is interesting. So it's gone for the Power Gem. It will pick up the KO onto the Salamence. And we'll get our Rock Polish off. Just making sure that when this Tailwind ends this turn, we are outspeeding it and we will be able to pick up a KO. Or potentially take it down to a Sash. So there the Tailwind pitters out and we'll just bring Marowak in. So I'm just going to go for an Earthquake here. And I'm just going to go for a Protect. But we should be alright at this point. So we go for the Protect with the Marowak. We don't see any Protect coming out from that Nihilego. Just see a Power Gem. Goes into the Metagross. Doing decent enough damage, to be honest. And it's still outspeeding us. So I wonder if it's Scarfed. Yeah, it must be Scarfed Nihilego. Yeah, so we pick up the KO. So, brilliant. Yeah, it's like a bit confused there. It's like, Metagross will be hitting like 2 or 4 speed after the Rock Polish. So, yeah, it has to be. Yeah, so, very good game to my opponent there, but we managed to clean up. Not too bad in the end. Metagross really showing and putting in a lot of work again. So, hopefully we'll move on to our next game now and kind of continue this trend. Be nice to bring, I don't know, I liked bringing the double duck combination yesterday, but I don't think you can bring it to every game. That's the thing with it. That's the problem with double duck. It's very threatening, and a lot of teams are set up well to kind of play against it. So sometimes you just can't. You can't bring it into the matches like you want to. So we'll see what my next opponent's team is, and see if we've got an opportunity to kind of bring it to this next game, because I do really enjoy using it, and I do really love the fast encore on the gold duck like we used the other day. It's very, very good. And we have our next opponent, 1676 rating, running a team of Tapu Lele, Kartana, Gyarados, Hariyama, Alolan Marowak, and Porygon2. So, could we bring double duck here? We have to be careful. If we bring double duck here, we've got to be careful for. There's a few things. There's obviously the Kartana that resists those water type attacks. There's a Gyarados that will benefit from those. The rain. We've got the fake out from the Hariyama potentially. But we don't have any Tapu Fini or Tapu Koko here, so if the Trick Room does go up, Parasect could be very good with that Spore and just really disrupting my opponent's ability to maneuver around the field. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to forego the rain here. So I'm gonna lead Salaman's Metagross again, but then I will bring Parasect, and I don't really feel as though do I need? No. I think that Marowak on my opponent's team will be pretty slow. So I think if we can kind of stall out the Trick Room or put it to sleep, we can kind of utilize our Marowak to take advantage of just having the speed jump on that Marowak. It doesn't appear from the team preview that it would be a fastish Marowak, whereas ours is to take advantage of tailwind situations and such if we can get it up with a Pelipper and we do bring it into matches. So I'd imagine that our Marowak will be faster. So we just got, again, be very careful with how we approach this game and kind of pick apart the team as best we can, and then kind of just whittle down Pokemon until we've got a clear win condition. So we see my opponent lead off with the Hariyama and the Porygon2, and we're going to lead off with our infamous lead of Salamence and Metagross, the super blue sided Pokemon. So we get the Intimidate off with the Salamence onto the Hariyama. More importantly, we see the Porygon2 get the download boost in the special attack. So we'll be hitting very hard with that Ice Beam if it does go for it. So what I might do is switch in my Marowak for my Salamence, just to preserve the Salamence here, and should I switch in the Parasect as well? There'll be one problem if we switch in Parasect and that Hariyama is Flame Orb. That'll be a big issue. So I think what I'm going to do is pull a double switch here. I'm going to switch in the Marowak for the Salamence to take any potential Ice Beams coming out, and then switch in the Parasect for the Metagross, keep that for later in the game. And if the Trick Room does go up, we can start taking advantage of that Spore really, really quickly. So we see the Fake Out come out onto the Parasect from the Hariyama, and there's that Trick Room. So fingers crossed, no Flame Orb. No Flame Orb. I'd imagine it probably is though. So we get a little bit of leftovers recovery, and here's the moment of choice. Yeah, there's a Flame Orb. Okay, so not ideal. Not ideal at all. I think what I'm going to do is just switch my Marowak back out to my Salamence, get another Intimidate off onto that Hariyama, and I'm going to go for a Spore into the Porygon2 slot. I need to try and cycle these Intimidates as best I can at the moment, just to kind of reduce that attack power of the Hariyama with that Flame Orb. So we get the Spore off onto the Porygon2, shut it down for at least a couple of turns, hopefully. And we'll see what this Hariyama goes for. Probably a knockoff into the Salamence. It's a Poison Jab. Okay. Into the Parasect. But, that poison's a little bit annoying there, but we can't really do too much other than what we're doing against it. So, Now, what can I do? I think I might go for a Draco Meteor into the Hariyama with my Salamence. And what's it going to go for? Poison Jab, probably Poison Jab again. I'm going to switch in the Marowak here. I'm going to switch in the Marowak. See another Poison Jab come up from this Hariyama into the Marowak. We take that quite comfortably though. It is resisted, and we get a Draco Meteor off, and we do hit, so that is super nice. We'll be able to get some decent-ish damage onto this Hariyama. Yeah, really good damage. Now there's every chance that this Porygon2 could wake up now, and we've got to be very careful because it will be going for an Ice Beam, I'd imagine, into that Salamence slot. So I'm just going to pull in my Parasect again, just to stall out this Trick Room. protect my Marowak and get the Parasect in on that Salamence slot. So at least if the Parasect goes down here, we can bring in the Salamence again just to cycle and intimidate a bit more on that Hariyama. So yeah, P2 wakes up, goes for that Ice Beam, and it will take the Parasect down with it. And a close combat. Okay, so I wonder if this Hariyama's actually got knockoff. What have we seen? Fake Out, Poison Jab, close combat. I'd imagine it has knockoff. So I'll bring the Salamence here. Get another Intimidate onto this Hariyama. And what I'll do is withdraw the Salamence into the Metagross to take any potential Ice Beams coming out onto it. And I'm just going to go for a Shadow Ball onto the Hariyama. This should pick up the kill. And we should survive now. It is -3, even though it has got the Guts boost. We should survive anything kind of coming out from that Hariyama onto the Marowak, hopefully. And we see a Feint come out from the Hariyama, so we're probably going to see a Feint and an Ice Beam into that slot. Yeah, there's the Ice Beam. And doing a decent amount of damage actually with the boost from that special attack download boost. We managed to take the Hariyama down, so we have lost our Parasect in the process of this, but we've got rid of the Hariyama. It shouldn't be that much of a problem really. You know, if we brought the Pelipper there, at least then we would have had a way to hit it for super effective damage, than having to rely so heavily on switching around in the Parasect and losing that in the process. Sorry. So my opponent brings in the Tapu Lele. Now I'm free just to go for a Meteor Mash into that slot, and I don't really want to lose my Marowak just yet, because I want to try and keep it round, get my opponent down to his last 2 Pokemon and go for that Perish Song. So yeah, we just see the Tapu Lele, go for the Protect there, and Protect with our Marowak, and go for the Meteor Mash, and let's see what, yeah, just an Ice Beam. And it is into the Metagross again. It's doing a bit more chip damage. So I'm just going to go for the same again. And this time I'm going to switch out my Marowak for my Salamence. Because like I say, I might need to rely on that Perish Song to kind of close the game out. Salamence probably will take a Psychic here, I'd imagine. Yeah, so we see the Psychic come out. Should be able to take this with his Salt Vest like a champ. We see it is Life Orb, Tapu Lele. Get the Meteor Mash, do connect, so this should pick up the kill. Yeah, nice. Right, so game on. All we need to do is keep all 3 of our Pokemon. Hopefully this isn't into the Salamence slot. It's not. Get a Marowak in, depending on my opponent's last Pokemon, get the Perish Song up, and then just cycle everything round. So, we've got a game plan, we've got to just kind of execute it. But it is that Marowak. Okay. So, things do change a little bit now. I don't think a Bulldoze and an Earthquake. I think this Marowak will probably protect, and my opponent will go for a Trick Room here. You've got to expect that. You have to expect that. He might not. He might just go for a double. He might just go into the Salamence. So, I'm just going to go for an Earthquake and a Bulldoze. Might be very risky. A Marowak could protect and a Trick Room could go up. Yeah, so we're just going to see Protect, Trick Room here. Which is not ideal at all. But we will be boosting and activating the weakness policy on the Metagross. But I imagine a Trick Room is probably coming out from this Porygon2, and it's going to be really difficult for us to kind of close the game up from this point. because we kind of needed the Parasect for this late game when this last Trick Room goes up. Yeah, and there's a Trick Room. So my opponent quite capable now of just going for an Ice Beam into the Salomon slot and a Shadow Bone into my, or Flare Blitz into my Metagross. So I'm going to switch out my Salamence into my Marowak, hopefully to kind of tank an Ice Beam, potentially. And we'll see what we can do from this point. It's going to be very difficult though. There's the Ice Beam, yeah, into that Salomon slot. I wonder if my opponent's covered that slot. We see a Shadow Bone, but it isn't to the Metagross, so, okay. What are we going to do now? Now we could go for, how many turns of Trick Room are left? I think there are 3 maybe. Yeah, 3 turns, so I don't know if it's worth going for. Right, I'm going to switch in my Salamence, and I'm going to go for a Shadow Bone on to the opposing Marowak. I wonder if at -1, it's got to really target the Metagross at this point. We lose our boosts, but I feel like the Marowak has to kind of target the Metagross because he's not really got any other way to kind of deal with it. So we see an Ice Beam. It's into the Salomon slot, yeah. So we go down, yeah, we're going to go down, 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 and we're going to see a Shadow Bone come out, yeah. And this probably will pick up the KO here. Yeah, so that is game, unfortunately. Unless we can get like a double protect off with our Metagross. And we may as well try. So we'll definitely get 1 off, but then it's whether we get 2 off, and I think we only need the 2, so we'll see. See how lucky we can get. But then we can't really kill the Porygon2, so there's not really any winning here. We've lost our boosts, so yeah, we're not going to be able to kind of close this out at all. Which is a bit unfortunate, but we just didn't manage the early game as well as we probably should have. It took a lot more resource to get rid of that Hariyama than we wanted it to, which is a bit of a shame, to be honest. But these things happen sometimes. We get the second, we get the double protect, so we're very lucky. And the Porygon2, my opponent, being very smart here, going for the recover, making sure that it can stick around to get that next Trick Room off. So yeah, this is game. So we'll go for Meteor Mash. The Marowak will probably protect here, but it doesn't need to. It can just go for an attack. And I don't know, we need like some super uber critical hit, which is never going to happen. And there's a Trick Room. So yeah, my opponent just sealing out the game and played that very well. And like I say, it just took too much resource for us to take care of that Hariyama in the early game. And just, you know, the other thing is not really dealing with the Porygon2 as well. We put it to sleep and then kind of tried to ignore it for the rest of the game. We didn't really concentrate down on it too hard, didn't really pressure it too much, and we've fallen a bit astray and fallen into that trap before where we kind of concentrate too much on the other Pokemon and not enough on the Pokemon that are kind of the main things that are kind of really controlling the field at the time. Now Porygon2 was controlling everything at that point, and there wasn't really much point of going for a Perish Song, because the thing is, if we went for Perish Song when we had the Marowak in, the Trick Room would have ended, and then my opponent's Pokemon would have been the slowest thing on the field again, so they would have fainted last, meaning that they would have, my opponent would have won. So it seemed a bit a bit pointless going for that. One of the plays we could have made was just have kept the Metagross in. My opponent might have double targeted into that Metagross slot, expecting the Marowak to protect, so we could have just doubled, you know, in that situation, doubled in with a Meteor Mash into Porygon2 and a Shadow Bone into my opponent's Marowak. That probably would have taken it out, and then we would have been 2-on-1 at that point. But these are all things you can think about. It's just taking that information and going into the next games and not really tilting on that. So, a bit disappointing that we end on a loss, but we've done alright so far, and hopefully we'll be back tomorrow with some better results, guys. So do stay tuned for that episode. If you've enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like on the video. It's massively appreciated. If you've got any questions or comments about the team or the episode, please leave them in the comment section below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And finally, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. As I've said throughout this episode, we have a lot of exciting content coming up on the channel very soon over the next couple of months. So to make sure that you're not missing out on any of that, subscribe and you'll get all the daily updates for when those videos are coming out and are available. So guys, thanks again. It's always a pleasure hanging out with you here. I hope you guys are having a brilliant night. Whatever you end up doing, make sure you're taking care of yourselves, and I will see you tomorrow. So until then, guys, bye bye.